In the village of Okeagbe, where dust clung to every surface and silence echoed louder than laughter, there lived a young lady named Sade. Her world was a fragile bubble of hardship. The once vibrant songs of her childhood had long faded into silence. Since the death of her mother, Sade had grown up in the shadows of cruelty. Her father, once a respected herbalist, had become a bitter shell of a man, his sickness slowly eating away at his pride. Instead of seeking modern help, he clung to his ancient roots, swallowing concoctions that only worsened his condition. Sade's stepmother, Mama Awele, had no kindness to spare. With a sharp tongue and hands as quick to slap as they were to snatch, she treated Sade as a burden. The girl cooked, swept, fetched water, and nursed her father without a word of thanks. The villagers pitied her, but no one dared speak against the fearsome herbalist or his sharp-tongued wife. One late afternoon, as the sun cast a golden hue across the parched landscape, Sade sat on the ground in front of their compound, her hands clutching her face as tears streamed down her cheeks. Her father had vomited blood again, and no amount of his herbs seemed to help. Her cries caught the attention of a young man walking down the village path. "Why are you crying?" he asked gently. Startled, Sade looked up. The man wore a white shirt that had seen better days and carried a worn-out medical bag. His eyes, though tired, sparkled with concern. "It's my father," she stammered. "He's sick. He won't take any help, only his herbs. He's getting worse." The man knelt beside her. "I'm Kole. I'm a doctor. I've just completed my 1-year community service here. I can take a look if you'll allow me." Sade hesitated, but something about his calm voice and kind eyes gave her hope. She led him into the small hut where her father lay groaning. Kole examined him and shook his head. "He needs proper treatment. I can give him some injections and monitor him for a few days, but he has to stop taking his herbs." The herbalist glared at Kole and said to him, "Nothing from the city can cure me. Your drugs are poison." But the pain in his body finally overruled his pride. He agreed, though begrudgingly. For 3 days, Kole came morning and evening to treat him. Slowly, the old man improved. Then came the payment. Kole, though compassionate, had spent all he had on medications and transportation. He needed something in return, even if symbolic. "I'll need you to pay me for the drugs and time, Baba," Kole said quietly. "I have nothing," the herbalist replied, "but you can take my daughter. Let her go with you to the city. She can be your house help." Sade gasped. "Papa, no. Please." But he waved her off. "You're of no use here. At least there you'll have food." Mama Owl folded her arms and smirked. "It's for the best. One less mouth to feed." Kole watched Sade. Her eyes, wide with disbelief, brimmed with tears. He hesitated. This wasn't how he wanted to help. But something about her innocence and strength made him agree. "Fine," he said. "She can come with me, but only if she wants to." Sade didn't answer. She packed her few clothes into a raffia bag, said a silent goodbye to her late mother's grave, and left the only home she'd ever known. The journey to the city was quiet. Kole didn't speak much, and neither did Sade. She stared out of the bus window, wondering what fate awaited her. Her heart felt heavy, unsure if she was escaping a nightmare or entering another one. When they arrived, they took a cab to a modest estate with a quiet, flower-lined path. They entered a neat compound behind a larger house. "This is where I stay," Kole said. "It's the boys' quarters, small but comfortable." Sade nodded. It was cleaner than any place she'd ever lived. There was a single room, a kitchenette, and a bathroom. To her, it looked like a palace, but what Sade didn't know was that Kole had lied. Kole was not just a doctor. He was the only son of the wealthy Adesua family, owners of a prestigious hospital chain in Lagos. But he had grown tired of the fake smiles and gold-digging women that paraded his social life. He had volunteered to serve in Okeagbe for 1 year, away from the luxuries of home, to understand the real world and to find meaning in his career. He had fallen for Sade the moment he saw her crying by the road, but he needed to know who she was. Not the girl she pretended to be around wealth, but the real Sade. So he told her he was squatting in his aunt's house, working a low-paying job and paying off student loans. He told her he had no car, no assets, and no one to support him. Even the boys' quarters she now stayed in was a setup. His mother's plan to help him test the heart of a woman he might one day marry. His mother, Madame Adesua, played along gracefully. She had once lived in poverty before marrying Kole's father. She saw a bit of herself in Sade, the quiet resilience, the respectful tone, the dignity in suffering. "She's a good girl," Madame Adesua told Kole privately. "Let her stay. Let me know her. If she's truly who you think she is, you'll have my blessing." She would often sit with Sade under the tree peeling oranges. She asked nothing about Sade's past, only watched how she treated people, how she carried herself, how she served her food with both hands and bowed slightly in gratitude. Kole's mother tested her too, giving her small errands, feigning illness just to see if she would grumble. But Sade never complained. She did everything with a heart full of humility. Days turned to weeks. Sade cooked, cleaned, and helped around the small compound. She was polite, hard-working, and never asked for anything. Kole watched her quietly. She never complained. She never expected gifts. She was content with small joys: fried plantain, a peaceful night, clean bed sheets. One day, Kole came home looking worried. "I might lose my job," he said. Sade looked up. "Why?" "I can't keep up with the debt. My tuition loan. It's dragging me down." She looked him in the eyes. "You're doing your best. God will make a way." Kole smiled. That was the moment he knew. 2 months later, Kole invited Sade to dinner. They sat on the front step under a tree blooming with yellow flowers. "Sade," he began, "I haven't been entirely honest with you." She looked up, confused. "I'm not poor, I'm not squatting, I'm the son of the woman in the big house. I come from a wealthy family. I only hid the truth because I wanted to know the real you. I didn't want money or beauty to blind me." Sade stared, her mouth slightly open. "You lied?" "Yes," he admitted, "but not to hurt you. to find the kind of woman my mother was. Strong, humble, full of love, you're that woman." She didn't speak for a long time. Then slowly tears slid down her cheeks, not from betrayal but from overwhelming emotion. "So what happens now?" she asked. He took her hand. "I want you to stay, not as a house help, but as my future." Madame Adesua stepped out from behind the curtain, smiling. "I knew you were the one," she said softly. With Kole's support, Sade returned to school. She studied nursing with fierce determination and graduated as the best student in her class. Kole's father, impressed by her brilliance and humility, offered her a position in their flagship hospital. There, Sade thrived, but she never forgot Okeagbe. With the Adesua family's help, she built a modern hospital in her hometown, offering free health care to the poor. The ribbon-cutting ceremony brought the entire village out. Sade stood tall, her white nurse's coat shining like armor. Her father approached her, tears streaming down his wrinkled face. "Forgive me, Sade. I was blind." She hugged him. "You're my father. I forgive you." Mama Awele, bitter and consumed by jealousy, left the village shortly after. She could not bear to see the girl she once scorned become the pride of Okeagbe. Under the golden embrace of the setting sun, Sade and Kole sealed their love in a beautiful traditional wedding. Sade, dressed in a shimmering wrapper and coral beads, looked like a queen from ancient tales. Kole, standing tall and proud in his flowing agbada, could not take his eyes off her. Family and friends gathered under a flower-decorated canopy, their colorful attires dancing in the breeze as drums and laughter filled the air. There, surrounded by love, culture, and prayers, two souls became one, promising a future built on truth, resilience, and grace. And as the sun dipped behind the baobab trees, Sade and Kole stepped into a new life together, living happily ever after.